video you're about to see is the building of this 1963 Dodge Dart on a 2005 Dodge Durango chassis. Took me about a month to build, and this video took me about 25-30 hours to make and upload. I hope you like it. Please like and subscribe. How y'all doing? So this is the first time I made one of these videos like this. Taking this Durango, so 2001, 2000 Durango V8. Rip the body off completely. Probably cut this off, all this off. Leave the floor, most likely. Gotta leave the dash in. Cut all the back off. Probably leave the floor, I'm not sure yet. Roof, side pillars. Everything is coming off except the dash, steering wheel, center console, and seats. Again, I might pull the floor, not sure. The dash has to stay 100% for sure because of all the electronics that are in it. And the steering, radio, all that stuff I'd like to keep in it just because it makes the job a whole lot simpler to not have to redo all that, gas pedal, brake pedal, steering, all that stuff. But we're going to take this Durango chassis, four-wheel drive, put some mud tires on it, and show you what we're going to throw on it. I got this old 1963 Dodge Dart from a buddy of mine in trade for a 99 Camry I had. So I'm going to take this. It's got snow all on it. But there's a little crinkle in the fender. Probably trying to get that out a little bit. The body on this thing is pretty nice. But unfortunately, the motor trainee actually does run, but not very well, and it's a 6-volt system. The floor is gone, rear end is okay. I did get it to run and drive a tiny bit before it blew the oil filter apart. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to put the body on a Durango frame and make a mud truck. So that's the plan for that. Okay, so originally I was going to make this into a demo rig for demolition derby, but I got that done and I decided I was going to do a blind swap. Mud truck isn't running very good, and I'm on a mud rig, so the Dart isn't running that great either, and it's pretty tore up underneath, so figured we'd make a mud toy, and be the perfect thing to do it. So first thing I'm going to do is get this bar out of here, just lighten it up a little bit. I'm going to chop the rest of the body off. So yeah, so I know a lot of you guys don't like wearing this kind of thing on your head. Put on safety glasses when you're riding or nothing at all. But safety glasses, I feel, give you a false sense of security. The crap seems to get around it, and you get stuff in your eyes a lot more than without it. Without it, you squint and you are prepared for stuff to hit you. So with safety glasses, I get more stuff in my eyes than without. So this is the only way to go if you're grinding, guys. I've got a lot of stuff in my eyes, and it's no fun. So put on a helmet. I'm not going to film everything this way. I'm just doing a few little things here and there. I don't have any kind of fancy microphone with foam on it or anything like this, so if I get certain parts of this video that are loud, I apologize. But anyway, I'm going to start cutting this roof off, so I'll be back. Alright, let's get show you this one part here. Alright, there's one part. Basically going to do that all the way around. Do the other side. Come down here. I'm going to cut this pillar out here. And then we're going to go all the way around this. The back's pretty much rotten anyway, so hopefully we get it right off. I'll be back when I'm ready to pull the top off. Alright, we're cutting this, we're going to cut this out here, and then I'm going to cut across the floor and undo all the body mounts and pull, and then I'll use the front half of the DartRango and the back half of the Dart, because there's too much going on back here for it to line up, but this is nice and straight, so should be able to work out. Okay. Brushes are gone. That happens. This thing's warranted anyway, so I can go get a new one. She's done. We'll be back.
So the last few videos were on fast forward, which is fine. It just shows you what I'm doing quickly. But I got this side all up and ready to come off. So cut that pipe. I gotta take off that gas hose fill line. Didn't think about that. Yeah, that's gotta come off. And then
Alright, we're ready to take this thing off of here.
So here it is. This part is done. Need to bring the dart in now and take the body off of that and then see how it all lines up. So a few things happening since you saw me last. Get the gas tank out so I could clean the frame up a bit, chipping all the rust off. It's pretty amazing these DartRangos can rust pretty extensively and still be super solid. Chipped off, I don't know, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch here and there, some places 1/4, and it's still pretty solid. I mean, it's amazing. So they're very well built. I can see why they do pretty good in derbies. But that's what we got going on. Chipping the frame. Gonna throw a little bit of rust restorer on it. Rust cutter, I guess. This is good stuff. Turns the rust into like a powdery, primable surface, and then you prime it and paint it, and it lasts a lot longer than just putting primer on it. But that's what we got going on here. Let's fix the shock mount. Good morning, everyone. Moving forward on this DartRango project, yesterday was kind of fun. Result of lug nuts being too tight. So it should look like there's a piece of the wheel left over here that I had to drill out, and these weren't fun getting out. I was able to get an easy out or a lug remover on this one to get it out after I drilled the wheel with this, and then the last one I just beat the wheel off with a big hammer, and that was that. But that's the whole 5 out of 6 lugs on a mud truck ain't bad. Might get different wheels eventually, but it's fine for now. Alright, so this stuff's finally dry. I mean, it's probably been dry for a few days, so we're just adding a coat of primer. This thing's got to go back outside here pretty soon, so I want the primer to dry nicely before I kick it out in the cold in the elements. We don't want the rust coming back before we even get a chance to paint it. I'll probably put a coat of paint on as well and do all the top stuff. Stuff that I can't get to when the other body's on is what I'm more concerned with right now than anything else. This is my body mount, front fender here, front door. It's nice, ain't it? It's where it went. So, I'm gonna rebuild this floor. Yeah, pretty rough. So, just today, I might have to come out to here with it on this side because there ain't much do a perfect job on this thing because, you know, it's just a mud truck. But we don't want the body to fall off while we're jamming through the mud. I need a piece of metal to fix this cab mount here, so we're going to go out to one of the jump cars and get a piece of metal. Jump cars on trailers. Get my sheet metal. And we need a piece of sheet metal. Wherever I can. I grab the electric motors out of stuff. I'm doing this left-handed in the wind, and I'm right-handed, so you know, I think I'm gonna switch. Here it is. Floor hand is done. Now, so we got the floor all patched up. I had a little bit of smoldering insulation underneath, right here, underneath the truck. I could smell like a rag burning. I know what that smells like because every once in a while we catch rags on fire by mistake, and I kept smelling it, and it was looking everywhere up here. And I went underneath and pulled that shield off, and it was burning up under here. So, glad we found that. Something could be smoldering all day long. You don't know it. You go inside for the night, and all of a sudden it ignites, catches your truck on fire in the middle of your shop. And you got a fire in the shop. So be careful. But that's where we're at. Good morning, everyone. I just put the gas tank back in, tightened it all up, moved some wires around this morning, hooked all this back up, the intake back up, moved the battery up here. I think I'm going to have it under the hood instead of on the floor where I had it. So we're going to throw the tires back on it, let it down, and see if she runs. I would imagine it does, so I might hook up the shocks so I can do a little burnout. snowy today. Cold and snowy. Get all my tools off of it. Of course it's gonna snow. But that's alright. Dart is in the garage. Next phase of the project. Getting this body off of this thing. It's gonna be fun. It's a shame, I mean, somebody just let something like this sit in the field for 30 years, you know. Floors are completely rotten out of it. Front seats are gone. I rebuilt all the floors in it because I was gonna drive it, but it's just too far gone and the motor runs. But I mean, I would have to go right through the whole drivetrain and everything in order to get it running good enough to drive on the roads. Not something I'm interested in doing, so we're gonna make it something cool instead, and that way we're saving the body at least. one fender off. Now we can actually see how this thing's built and what we got to do to take it apart. The only thing I really want out of this whole thing right here is this right here, and the doors, or they're over here, but they will work better probably. But that's all shit we're gonna figure out as we go. So, relatively easy. Now we gotta figure out what we're gonna do here. I wanna keep this part on for now. If I have to skinny up the DartRango a little bit, I will. Can't skinny up the dash much, but take down the last piece of the front. Hopefully we can make it all the same on that. Oh, the back half. Thought we were just gonna pop it right off, but yeah, but yeah, just barely touched that and it poked a hole in it. So I don't imagine this radiator is very much good. Whatever. A tiny little car. Good morning, everyone. Another day in the shop with the DartRango. We got purple lines where I'm gonna cut. This is what I'm keeping. This is what I'm not. We're gonna cut it across there. Come in here. And we're gonna cut down there along that line. Across the back. I would like to keep the trunk, those back braces there, and the floor pan in the back, wheel wells all together. I don't usually wear safety glasses. I wear a helmet, but for this I'm gonna wear safety glasses because we won't be able to see what I'm doing here. This blade's just about gone, but that's okay. Looking for a hammer, but don't see one. Get that out of the way. believe. Might need a longer. There we go. And go over on the other side now. Wheel smoked. Get another wheel. But that's the idea. I'm not gonna film much more. I might put it on a time lapse. But I got a lot of cutting to do, so I'd rather not have this thing on my hat the whole time. Plus, I'd rather put on my helmet so I'm not getting grinding debris in my eye. We've got all this out. Cut there. Across here. I still got a cut in there. Across there. And then the underside. But I was just hanging my come-alongs that I'm gonna pull this up to the ceiling. Hang the body from the ceiling. Pull it right up tight. Bring the DartRango in, and then set it down on it. So that's the plan there. So I figured I'd just do an update, show you all where I was at. It's coming. That piece out. You like my come along? So OSHA approved. We're at a stopping point for the day. The rear end is cut down, still attached underneath. Cut the wrong spot the first time. Accidentally cut right there, and I wanted to cut back here. So, cut across there, and then cut across the floor, and then all the way down this rocker panel. I want to keep the rocker panels, but the floors, bye-bye. And then stay with the cutter. Get the rear end down. The back half of this is all staying. This unibody, the trunk, and fenders, everything back here staying. So we just disconnected the shackles. But that's where we're at for today. Had enough. Good morning, everyone. Oh, we got this side body is disconnected and all separated all the way back. Put some light on the situation. We got the cut crossed. Gotta finish that cut right there, and then cut along there, top and bottom, and we're done. Body will be off and hanging. We can bring the DartRango frame chassis back in, set this on it, and see what it looks like. it is. The body is off. All I gotta do is jack it up. Hopefully that will go around that. Probably not though. I might have to cut that or do one side at a time. But it's all cut all the way around. This is going to stay as well as the rear end. And then this is all going to go. So I have to cut a piece. I have to cut this piece out of here. Right here. It's still attached to the firewall. It shouldn't be too difficult. We'll be back. Well, we're getting somewhere. I had to cut a little more out because of the rocker went in further than the top floor, so I had to cut out a strip in order to get the body to come up over. Now I'm just fighting with this to try and get it out. And there it is. Look at all that metal just cut through. Crazy. Okay, edit that part out, I guess. Alright, that should go now. And I would say it should go over. That side should pull up around, I hope. I think if I get one side at a time, it should go. I do believe the body is ready to come off. My hands are tore up. body is off. It was kind of a nightmare, but we got it. I had a few things hanging us up, but I'm gonna have to raise it back up in order to get the truck under it. And then we need to put something under these, jack this spot, this thing up here and roll it out. But there it is. Not really sure where I left off last time. I think this was a lot further down. But he's up in there. Need to go up another inch to get the DartRango to go underneath. Do it. The seats are 58, the dash is only 56, so we should have plenty of room. Say, what do we got? Alright, 59. Should be good. I don't recommend anyone try this at home, just because I'm a professional and I know what I am doing. Don't think you're going to take your dad's old car and hang it from your shed ceiling and you put a DartRango body under it, because there's a lot that goes into this that you guys haven't seen. I only show bits and pieces, not the whole thing. You know, be smart. Okay, the base is out. Ran into a little snafu last night. I come along, made it so I can't open the door. So we built this brace, hold up the back so I can get the car out and the truck in. Of course, it's snowing and windy today. Off the tarps, get this thing straight and pull it in. Alright, I'm ready to bring it in. But the rockers are pretty much good. Tires are pretty much good. It's gonna be badass. Yes, sir. Alright, progress report. I had to cut all this out here to fit so that this could fit down in there. still had to tighten up the rocker panels because I want this rocker panel down there instead. Back is set up. I gotta move my brace that I used. Loud banging type noises and whatnot. I don't have microphones and all that. I'm just using my demolition derby GoPro cameras. So it might be a little loud sometimes. I apologize. But we'll be back. Okay, so I probably could have measured it, but I didn't. I need about 10 more inches. I'd like 12, but I don't think I'm going to get it. Up here, I only got about 8. So I'm going to have to cut the dash out some and get rid of this piece up in here. And we just got to get this little piece out of here. And that should drop down there. And this side. Bring that in a little bit. Take that piece out. We should be able to get some, possibly enough out of that. This way. I think I'm going to make that go across straight so it sets on there. And then that part will set on there. Yes, sir. This thing is going to be nutty. I was worried about the tires hitting, but we got plenty of clearance all the way around. It's officially on, not hanging no more. It's been a process, that's for sure, but definitely worth it. I'm going to use the DartRango front seats and probably end up using the Dart rear seats. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Probably should make sure it starts still after all the hammering and beating I did. Good idea. Let's just check it out here. Let's just check. Where's my key? She runs, so we're in there. That is a good feat. Good morning, everyone. We're getting somewhere here. Since the DartRango frame chassis is a little longer in the front, I lined the back tires up. I should have moved the body forward a little bit, but even if I moved it forward another 5 inches, the back tire would be hitting here, and it still wouldn't be enough, so I'm customizing a little bit. I had to cut this out right here so I don't hit the front tire, and then I'm building this so that I can hook up the front clip and grill to it, and that's what you got to do when you're building this type of a thing. You know, you got to improvise and customize. The frame fender's welded to the radiator support. I'm going to do the same thing on this side and build another one of those on this side. And yeah, when I'm done, it'll make more sense. I got the windshield, rear seats, rocker panels, hood, radio antenna. I kind of put a custom antenna on it, or customized the DartRango antenna. So that's that. And then we got my fender extender so that my grill could go on. Hopefully the hood should be right above this, I would say. I just took some metal that I cut off the doors of the old race car and bent it up, formed it, stuck it on there. Custom trailer hitch for the front so that I can pull from front or back with a winch. And I gotta find a cover like this for the light on that side. But she's coming along. I'm also gonna put different tires on. These are about spent. Rear body mounts I need to do as well. We're getting there. A few little things left to do. Hope you guys are all enjoying my video. It's been a rough one. But every day my hands were tore up. So, it's been a fun project though, I gotta say. I've always wanted to build a lifted car with a 4x4 truck frame of some kind. I always wanted I wanted to do it with a wagon. Sorry about that. But I got this car and I was gonna use it for a demolition derby. And I decided I didn't really want to smash it. It was still in relatively decent condition body-wise. Got the interior. Got some manual windshield wipers. We got the hood on last night. Got the windshield back in. Got to put the gasket in first and then pull these back. And boy, that was a nightmare. And then I reskinned the windshield wipers. This fender was smashed in pretty good and bowed out to about here when I got the car. I'll put a picture in. But yeah, that was pretty messed up. We got that somewhat straight. Today I'm going to figure out this mess here. Probably cut that off. I'd like to put them step ups on there. But right now we are working on, I wanted to be able to get this back end down farther. I had to cut the spare tire holder out so that I could drop the body a little more because it was hitting the frame. So we're gonna use a stop sign that I had hanging on the wall. I don't know if you can see that. I think so. Put some body mounts in up here. Probably just weld a plate in and then mount it. End up getting welded over here once it's down far enough. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm just gonna bolt this sign in. This is down far enough. It's touching there. Probably get a hammer and bang that in. Cut it a little, maybe. See what the other side looks like. Yeah, this side is so it's kicked over. That has about an inch thread. That has about 2. Oh well. So I'm missing this ring here on this side. It's supposed to look like this one here. I think actually this one went on that side and I banged it up and put it over here. So I went to a place where they provide used stuff and I got a couple lids. Of course I already cut it apart and made my right thing. Before I thought about filming it, so this is what I got left of one. Here's the rest of another. There's the knob piece. Got these pieces, and I made it. This is what I had. This is it right here. That's gonna go looks like that. Not bad for just throwing it together. I didn't want to have, you know, Paditto looking car with missing lights, so I figured I'd build one. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're gonna put these steps on. This morning I brought this in. I had this on my Jeep. I'm gonna strengthen it up a little bit, put a few more stickers on it. We're gonna attach that to the top, and that's gonna hold my spare tire. Screws are coming out for some reason, so we're gonna weld this all together at some point so that it's structurally sound. Don't need that thing breaking off. What else we get to do? Probably block this off from the inside or stick some metal in there so that any rain goes out. Because as you can see, it's open to the ash, and any rain that comes in is going to end up going into the dash, so I'm going to have to do something there. I'd like to do it underneath so that the look is still there. We don't need that to be filled in. I'll probably end up doing that if I take something like this, but longer, tuck it in, and angle it down. Probably should have done that before I put the body on. Now it's going to be a nightmare, but we'll get it. Worst case, I'll just fill all this in. If I have to, I can take the hood off and cut a piece. But we don't want water, rain, and such getting down in there. I'm going to pull this thing out. I got to do a transmission in my truck. I tightened up the torsion bars this morning, raised the front end about 1.25 inches. I think I'm gonna have to recut the fenders and put them a little further. I remembered that I had these for a lift kit for a Cherokee up in the shelf up there, so I can use those on the back of this and raise the back up 2 inches probably, which will level it right out.